Super only with the moolah.
Ring around the rosy, ring around the rosy. We baking at my donut shop, holy moly. So many problems on my brain, I'm like holy moly. Tonight I'm gonna go insane, I'm like holy moly, yeah. Holy moly, 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 yeah. And the whole world love it when you're feeling down. But I'ma turn up when I hit the loud. I do by the beat. Alton Sterling on CNN. The Adam and the crucify my black skin. I love mixing lemon juice with hen. Lid in my gun and the water up in Flint. Payment plan just to lock us in. Take your social, then they box you in. I be rocking water moccasins. Forgive me, Father, all I do is sin. Tom Brady, all I do is win. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss, niggas talking shit, sit by myself, Colin Kaepernick. Police pull me over, ask for registration, they enjoy this shit like it's masturbation. And my grandmother on a breathing machine. Try to be strong, I can't comprehend what it mean. Mustang pedal to the metal, making it scream. Better know in hard times you need family to lean. Lean up, remember the game of no prenup. Fucking around, you get beat up. I'm so hard to see pre-nut, never GIV up. Sick of the HIV, bruh. Oh my God, I got a fever. Singing out, I'm on a ring around the rosy, ring around the rosy. We baking at my donut shop, holy moly. So many problems on my brain, I'm like holy moly. Tonight I'm gonna go insane, I'm like holy moly, yeah. Holy moly, 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 yeah. And the whole world love it when you're feeling down. But I'ma turn up when I hit the loud. It go ring around the rosy. Don't he got a girlfriend? Why this hoe so nosy? Look past the shirt, Calvin Klein draws, fit so cozy. I pull his black mamba at. Bitch, I think I'm Kobe. You ain't seen me in the last year. Please don't say you know me. My presence is a present. When I'm present, bitch, you owe me. I know you really don't like me. Miss Cleo, my cousin, I'm psychic. I ride around all on my lonesome. I never have time for psychics. Okay, you caught me, I'm lion. I'm never without the protection. Like I'm not trying to catch an infection. I be killing them, leak the injection. In the court of law, I make objections. My lyrics go hard as erections. Yeah, yeah. Hey, and these niggas, they should pay up. So funny. They say they gon' hit me up and stick me for my money. Hey, I be rockin' Louis V, Gucci, Polo Tommy. Who send me Vera Wayne with no job, bitch, I'm Tommy.
Two inside that nigga. Gangsta shit, nigga. What? Dumb.
Nothing, nothing. I grind cause I come from nothing. All my life I grew around niggas that's hustling. In these streets you can't do no trusting. It's a lot of fuck shit, but I came from nothing, nothing. I grind cause I come from nothing. All my life I grew around niggas that's hustling. In these streets you can't do no trusting. It's a lot of fuck shit, but I came from nothing. I get the best out the ceiling. I ate the same thing for dinner. Trapping is all I remember. The circle went hard, got plays out the window. Yeah. No food on the table, went to Blaine House, eat anything. Sister had to do my mama job, cause she was going through pain. For a minute I was lost. Me and Candy went off. Skip class just to shoot dice, and it seemed like we never lost. Nigga never understand my childhood days, that shit was raw. My brothers was here for each other. We kept it so real with each other. Yeah. But in these streets, I done lost so many niggas. Baby got hit by a car, Peanut got hit with the trigger, yeah. Moment of silence for the real niggas. Yeah, yeah. Nothing. I grind cause I come from nothing. All my life I grew around niggas that's hustling. In these streets you can't do no trusting. It's a lot of fuck shit, but I came from nothing, nothing. I grind cause I come from nothing. All my life I grew around niggas that's hustling. In these streets you can't do no trusting. It's a lot of fuck shit, but I came from nothing.
I stay to myself, something I never regret. I spend all day chasing chicks, then whip up and chase with them chicks. I remember when the water off, now a nigga diamond waterfall. Everybody wants you on the team, but everybody wanna hold the ball. Yeah, these niggas be camping, can't say it and you ain't advancing. And learn the streets ain't little baby. Yeah, when I seen it tell you Ryan Francis. Not saving, not a captain, nigga. Made my bed, now I'm dampening it. Same niggas that got your back, got the best chance for to stab you in it. Yeah, they count me out, but now I'm in the building. Look how the table's starting to turn with extra power steering. You lied to the streets, but keep it real with the jury. Yeah. Niggas faker than they jury.
Nothing. I grind cause I come from nothing. All my life I grew around niggas that's hustling. In these streets you can't do no trusting. It's a lot of fuck shit, but I came from nothing, nothing. I grind cause I come from nothing. All my life I grew around niggas that's hustling. In these streets you can't do no trusting. It's a lot of fuck shit, but I came from nothing. Moment of silence for the real niggas. Yeah, yeah. You lied to the streets, but keep it real with the jury. Yeah, and niggas fake it.
I mix the dab with the sauce. I scrape the pot with the fork. I let him fly like a hawk. Eraser, come with the chalk. Up one, 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 up one. She put it all in her mouth. I put your bitch at your house. I'm owning you out. 30 shots ring out. Up one, 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 up one. I'm up like a motherfucker, you can't tell me nothing, I spaz in this bitch. Check out my dab in this bitch. Yeah, I might dance a little bit. New Moschino with the Valentino. On a damn nigga, Dan Marino. Draco Nino, make a Macarino. It's not a game, I don't play Nintendo. I got the lasagna from Geno's. I rock the Zana in kilos. Ever seen a bitch fly to a nigga? Pay attention, I'm Picasso. You know what I'm saying, little nigga? I run up them bands, little nigga. I break your hands, little nigga. If you reach for this chain, little nigga. I put the dab in the sauce. I put that gag in the mouth. Smoking out the pound, beating up the pack. Yeah, I was bumping that dog. They know we up one. We gon' be up two, nigga, if you touch one. That way. Checkmate. I mix the dab with the sauce. I scrape the pot with the fork. I let him fly like a hawk. Eraser, come with the chalk. Up one, 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 up one. She put it all in her mouth. I put your bitch at your house. I'm owning you out. 30 shots ring out. Up one, 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 up one. Put a one on a one. Now I'm really up one. Met 4 base heads at one spot. I can hit a home run. Plays, plays, plays like a rerun. My balls raw. They underdone. Can't let no nigga take my mama's son. First block on a hopscotch jump, I'ma stand over one. Spit guy, she call me Spitter. My little nigga say that hard back like an armadillo. Just bought a scale, had to weigh a nickel. Said 5-0, tried to hide the pistol. Weigh the dog food on the same scale that I weigh the crystal. And I bat a nigga with the same hand that I weighed the pistol. I I mix the dab with the sauce. I scrape the pot with the fork. I let them fly like a hawk. Eraser, come with the chalk. Up one, 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 up one. She put it all in her mouth. I put your bitch at your house. I'm owning you out. 30 shots spring out. Up one, 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 up one. Pull up on niggas with sticks. I scrape and then wash the dishes. Send my leg on the mission. I'ma go get it. I make it happen, little boy. I drop the juice in some cereal. All my designer got cereal. I got the bag and turned up on niggas. Fire extinguisher, burn them niggas. Sick as a bitch, I'm the illest. Boy, I dunk off the pivot. Get your ugly ass out my mentions. Up. I'ma make sure the pussy get fucked up. Cut up. Your WCW, I cut her. I just left business for a touch up. Pull up on niggas, we sliding. Show one nigga I owe, I'ma show you a nigga. We swerving the curb, we letting them.
We gotta introduce everybody on the panel first, though. Before we jump into it, I want to start with the queen of the show.
Hey everybody, this is MJ.
Happy pre-birthday, Cliff. I love you. It's officially now we've celebrated 2 birthdays on Cliff Notes Radio.
Yes.
On Cliff Notes Radio, we've celebrated 2 birthdays for Cliff. So
a year.
That means a lot. And here we are. We're gonna have a great show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening.
Yes, sir.
And next on the panel, we have our light-skinned brother.
Yeah, man, it's your boy T Rich, you punk bitch. I'm back here, live and direct on Cliff Notes Radio. Y'all make sure y'all tell your uncles, aunties, cousins, sisters, brothers, boyfriend, boo thing, main dude, side dude, whatever it is. Whoever it is that you listen in with, make sure you tell them we live and direct. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and subscribe to the YouTube page. And y'all be sure to call in, man. 310-955-4966.
Bitch. And behind the boards, the man himself.
Man, it's your boy Young Lil, aka the Black MacGyver, also known as Mr. 420 himself. I got an interesting story.
Come on with the story.
You do got a sensational
so you know how I call myself the Black MacGyver, right?
Right.
So a lot of people don't know my grandfather had a stroke and a heart attack 3 weeks ago, and he's been in the hospital since. So he's been visited by a lot of old friends and family members, people I ain't seen in a long time. So I was sitting with some of my family members on Saturday, and they were telling me the story behind all his nicknames, because just like I got a million nicknames, he got a million nicknames. And one of his nicknames was MacGyver.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I was like, wow, that's like, I never knew that, and it was kind of cool that
came.
came.
Some similarities in terms of both of you guys being like
he's one of the smartest, most handiest. He worked for 40 years in air conditioning and refrigeration repair. And he was literally ranked #1 in the country for what he did.
Wow. We trying to see where we see the similarities in him and you. We know he great. We talking about you.
But I get my knack for technical ability and fixing things and being able to come up with things on the fly. Like this man, there was a building downtown that was out. All of their refrigerators was out, and they had food that was going bad. He saved them from losing thousands of dollars worth of material without spending crazy money, and he built it in his garage without ordering no parts. He's just like.
And that is he is an innovator. So.
Yeah.
So it kind of made me feel.
Too,
yeah, man. It's good that you know where you get your traits and characteristics.
Bro, knowing your history is so important, like me,
bro. Vital, bro.
I ain't got nobody I can look to for any good traits. Shit.
Tori.
But nah, big ups to you.
Nah, Tori. But nah, honestly and truly though, Tori, tell them, do you mind talking about the backstory of you and your parents?
I thought we already talked about that.
We did. But for people who just tuning in and don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't know my biological daddy, but I did have a man that was there, and that was the only nigga I knew was my daddy. So, you know, God bless his soul. He buried on Washington. So, you can say whoever you want about the Hispanic nigga that put the nut in my mama. I don't know, cuz. But don't speak on that nigga buried on Washington, cuz then it'll be problems. But yeah, it's
respect that.
No, my pops was into that shit. My pops was a foreman. He was into landscaping. He did construction. He worked on Pepperdine. He worked on buildings downtown and all of that. But
right. That's back when men used to be men.
Never into shit like that. Like
work with your hands.
Getting up in the morning and doing this shit. I only did it because he made me do it. You know what I'm saying? But now sometimes I sit back and I think like, damn, if I'd have just paid more attention, like I could probably like. You can go out, like, those are traits, like, picking up a trade, you can actually, like, learn and go out and then, like, work. You can work for, like, the corporate junior, or you can work with your...
With age, you see more of the importance of working with your hands, because my father always told me that with your hands, nobody can ever take what you can bring to the table.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And what you bring to the table is always yourself. That's your mind, that's your hands, that's your spirit. You feel me?
Right.
And what I was going back to say with Jaleel, and even with you, Tori, like, because it's two different paradigms here, is what I was getting to. Like, with Jaleel, it's very important to see where you come from as far as your ancestors. A lot of people don't even see their families. Like, family reunions really be fucking important, bro. Like, a lot, we have 2 every year, you know what I'm saying, on my mom's side and my dad's side. And seeing my older generation is a big thing. And my uncle's son just passed last week. And it's just crazy that with my uncle's son and my grandfather going, like, these are 2 men, just like Jaleel saying, who before they left, I got to see exactly where I came from. You know what I'm saying? As in growing older. What I was saying with you, Tori, it's just important for men to have father figures in their life. Mm-hmm. Like, even though you didn't have your biological father there, you still had a father figure there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
and it's interesting now because now that, like, I'm an adult, like, I'm starting to get more in touch with my biological family and knowing, like, they also did a whole lot of shit, too. Like, I had my Uncle Charles Lewis, who passed away a few years ago, he was a longshoreman for years. And my Aunt Maxine was in medical field for 30 years, and then she retired. And, you know, my cousin Hollis is in the medical right now. I think my sister's trying to do it right now. So, you know, I got a family and then I got family in Atlanta and in Seattle, and they all do a bunch of shit, too. So, I mean, it's for me, like, I always know I enjoy doing entertainment. I like sports, but I still don't feel like I found my niche yet. Like, I still don't feel like I found what I do.
Man, you got it right here with us, man. You tripping.
Right. And the beautiful thing about being a human is you'll never find just one niche. And life is like full of niches, bro. Like me, that's why I love calling myself the Black MacGyver. I've luckily found a bunch of niches early, and I just abused them. I was always trying to find a way to use something I knew how to do.
What you mean?
And sometimes you don't even realize that that your talent is a skill too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of things that I felt like as going like from teenage years going into young adulthood, the things that I like doing, I didn't look at them as a skill. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of those being, like, speaking. Like, I've never had a super big fear of speaking in front of a lot of people or just speaking aloud. And that's the beautiful thing of, like, you can really be multifaceted and you don't have to just be good at one thing. And Tori, you have multiple skills and talents. And
what I heard a very prominent speaker, Les Brown, speak on was talking about how we don't like to do the things that come the most natural to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that are most natural to you are the things that you are the best at. And it's like we don't work on those skills because you feel like it's so easy that you don't cherish it. You know what I mean? And other people look at you for it like, dang, bro, you know how to do that? Like, you got the courage to do that? Or you could do it, and you never own up to it to say, like, because you just think it's nothing, and you pass it by as nothing, just like MJ was saying. But, y'all, I got to introduce myself, because, you know, Jaleel just took us off with this story. But I appreciate that, though, man, because That's an important thing, dog. Knowing your history and having people in your life to guide you and show you where you come from, to know that you ain't happened by mistake, even though you know that night might have been a mistake, but who you are is brought here through the people that raised you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But y'all already know who it is. It's Cliff the Gift, slinging that wood, not that stick. Your man might keep it 100, but you see me, I'm gonna give you that extra inch. And y'all already know who it is. The man, the myth, the legend, the gift is Cliff. And tonight here on Cliff Notes Radio with another 2018 edition, it's my special birthday episode, bitch. And we gonna have a good time.
My nigga getting old here, man.
Man, dog, this is.
How old you are?
The bro 73.
Man, dog, I don't even be like, I feel crazy saying it, but it's like I gotta embrace it because today is really that day. Like I ain't even, man, I'm turning 30, man, the dirty 30, dog.
He been dirty, y'all.
The 30 is new, right? The 30
hey, look,
is new.
I got my results back. They came clean, man. So I'm not dirty.
You a clean 30?
He's a clean 30.
Oh, he's a government tested 30.
Don't feel bad though, bro. I'm right behind you.
You about to be 32, so
it's like damn, this is literally like my last year of my 20s.
Me too.
Dang, I got a year and a half left.
And I'm just like, I done had fun in my 20s, but I'm like, damn, why this shit gotta go by so quick?
You guys know what's crazy? Like, it really hasn't. I'm not super spooked about turning 30. A lot of people like.
But you like 22.
Like a negative. They have like they put like a negative connotation on like late 20s, and I think for me, I found more clarity in my late 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I found more clarity. Like 26 was cool, but 27, 28, 29, now it's kind of like I know the direction that I want to take. I know I don't take things personally, you know, that I took in my early 20s. You know what I'm saying?
You know what the difference be?
Go ahead, bro.
The difference to me is like, see, you looking forward to it. I feel like the people that be like, dang, I'm really about to be 30. It's them people that wasted a whole lot of time in their 20s and didn't get to the business. Like, it ain't even being secure in whatever your work gonna be or nothing like that. It's just like, did you really do something with your time? Like, did you waste your 20s and like go fuck off the whole time? Like, you turned 21, was able to drink, and you was in the club every weekend of your 20s?
And that's why I say like for me, dog, it really wasn't about like announcing the big 30, because what I gathered and what I put in my brain about the whole philosophy of this whole thing, because every year I just try to put the whole rap on life, because you know, like, the next moment could be your last, you feel me? And it's just like, especially on your birthday, you just you know, you see a lot of different things, but it's like, man, as you
start
working,
thinking about it more when it's your birthday.
Yeah, when it's your birthday. So it's like, as you working and as you growing, the whole thing is where you at right now. How MJ just said what she thought about it, that's this year, that's right now. Like, you had to go through all these years to get here, my nigga. It's like every year gets better. It's not like 1 year. Look, man, look, motherfucker.
Hey, bro, please do it.
Conventional prostate, they have something where you can take.
What do they have?
Look, listen.
You tell us.
They have a kit. They have a kit now where you can poop, and you take. There's like a swab, and you take a swab of your poop, and you just put it in the film, and then take it to the doctor, like send it to the doctor or something. You know,
swab of your poop.
Yeah. Would you rather do it yourself or have a finger in your booty?
No, I'm definitely
doing it.
I'm definitely gonna swab the
like,
I'm definitely gonna swab the turd.
Up me on the game, cause
see, that's the thing. We didn't know about this.
Who do you think is more uncomfortable, the doctor or the man getting the prostate?
Definitely the man getting
the man. The doctor's done it. I mean, after the first 10, the doctor's like, all right, I've seen like a bunch of assholes now.
It's probably like I picture like them niggas is like tattoo artists,
basically.
Like, they just look at niggas and be like, you know, how am I gonna fuck them up today? Like how fucked up is he gonna? Yeah, this what you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think it's that, bro.
Man, they probably be just like tattoo art. Like, when they see somebody like, you know, really, they probably be going extra, like, just.
But no, trust me, they don't want to be in there as much as we don't want them to be in there. They trying to get that check done.
Or do they?
No, like, I've been to the doctor, like, with my grandfather, because my grandfather has prostate cancer.
Okay.
So I've been to the doctor with him when he's gotten checked, and it's like they be trying to in and out fast.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't trying to rummage through that shit like luggage or nothing. Like, right. They ain't trying to rummage through that shit like a kitchen drawer. Like, they trying to just.
Excuse me. Come in. Could you drop your pants, sir? I just don't know, bro.
Would you guys feel more comfortable if
Bro,
it
the
was
check
female?
is quick as fuck, bro. It's not like they sitting back there like, oh, well,
If she let me do her next, I might be cool with it.
Would you feel more comfortable?
More than likely, it's gonna be a guy doctor. First of all,
Really?
Something about a man just being in the room while my pants is down.
I just
That
feel
just don't feel right.
I know Tori is not having it, y'all.
like I heard an old homie say, hey man, if you do it in the room with your girl, it ain't gay. But I don't agree with that 100%.
because this niggas do some weird shit in the room
Yeah,
with
some
their
niggas
girl.
do some weird shit in the room.
With another man, that nigga looking at your ass.
What?
What?
Y'all remember that? Pimp C?
Nah, and Pimp C was wrong for that too.
Y'all niggas is running around here doing all this funny ass shit, man. You running these trains and shit. Y'all motherfuckers need to get on some other shit. Y'all remember that video? That was way back in the day.
Hey, Pimp C used to say some wild shit though,
Hey,
like,
for
cause
real,
he
though.
really used to be real. R.I.P. Pimp C, like Fisher OG, but like that, he say some wild stuff though. And when he checked Jeezy, that was one of the craziest beats. That was like a real.
Oh, when him and
Young Jeezy got into it when he was like, man, you can't get no pound for 17.5. What he was saying? a key of dope for 17.5 is what he was talking about. He was like, man, you ain't really selling no dope. And Jeezy actually called him and apologized. Bet y'all remember that.
I don't remember that one.
Well,
I don't think I saw that.
I remember Jeezy saying 17.5, and I remember some checking going on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to be polite and not take this shot on camera, so
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
take this shot.
What?
Yeah,
together.
we got
Oh, yeah,
to
man.
birthday shot.
Because
Y'all know
I don't
birthday-
drink, but you
I
niggas.
mean, y'all.
Tori gave me this much,
First
y'all.
of all,
This is not a shot.
Okay, you see,
This is like-
this is one thing I hate doing. Like,
First of all,
I pour a small.
This
ass
is
shot.
juice.
And number
This
one,
is juice.
we over here drinking fruity ass apple Ciroc, and it's not even the foolproof. It's not even the strongest they got. So and MJ's already complaining. She's got apple
She drunk
juice,
already.
and
She ain't
got
even drank
water,
it yet.
and she's still complaining. So we gonna do this for my nigga Cliff.
Cliff the
Happy
gift.
birthday, my brother.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate this venture you done brought us along with, and it's been a great few years knowing you, my brother.
For sure, brother.
Appreciate it, and here's to many more. And happy birthday to you, brother.
Salute.
Happy birthday, Clifton.
Thank you.
Happy
I
birthday.
thank you. I thank you. We got a call on the line. Oh,
Tastes like medicine.
it definitely do. We got a call on the
What
line.
in the apple Ciroc?
Could you cut him in?
Hello?
What's happening? What's happening? How you doing? It's Cliff Notes Radio. Who we speaking with?
What's up, man? This Alton is Cliff little brother.
What's up, little bro?
What's up, man? Man, I was just calling to wish you a happy birthday, man. I appreciate you. I love you. Man, I just wish continuous blessings in this new year of life for you, for us, for Brandon, for everybody, you know, man. I just want to call in, wish you a happy birthday before I go to sleep. I got to go to work in the morning. So, man, I was calling to tell you I love you, man.
Man, I love you too, little brother, man. How you enjoy Dallas, man?
Man, I loved it. I loved it out there.
What you did?
We went to Six Flags. Braylon, get out. Hold on. Braylon just walked in the room. She want to talk to you, too.
It's a family affair on Cliff Notes.
That's my little niece, man.
Braylon, say happy birthday to Cliff. Happy birthday.
Braylon.
Braylon,
Aww.
How old is she?
you heard him?
Braylon is 2.
Aww.
Yeah, we heard it, bro.
Yeah, man, that was beautiful.
It's always good to get the little kids on there.
But yeah, man, I was just calling to tell you I love you, man.
Love you too, little brother.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. We appreciate your
All
call,
right,
bro.
man.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Hey, that was a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, man.
This
My
your
little
little
niece,
brother?
that's my little brother, man. That's the youngest. That's the youngest of the camp right there.
You the middle?
I'm the middle child. Well, I'm the middle child of my mom's kids.
Okay.
Middle child.
We all got the same birthday. My little brother, me, and my big brother.
Why you
Alex.
ain't tell
Me,
him
my
happy
big brother.
birthday?
Yeah, nigga.
Nigga, you ain't shit.
Nigga.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, and he said
Cliff-
happy birthday to us.
Cliff's
just now,
older
and you ain't
brother
even- come
and
on,
his
bro.
younger
I thought I
brother,
said happy
all
birthday,
three of them
man.
have the
That nigga
same
know I said
birthday.
happy birthday. Man, look.
You didn't say
All
I better
three
go
of
on
them
somewhere
have-
with that, man. Don't check
Oh,
me.
I have a question.
What's
So,
up?
We on this nigga head.
okay, you said that you're the middle child
Yeah.
on your mom's side,
For my mom, yeah.
so all you guys have the same mom.
Yeah.
Was it like a special night to where
Every
year?
Nah, you know, just the same as raw and uncut as I am. Pops,
Was it Thanksgiving every year?
Something
Nah,
about
It was about Thanksgiving.
from what I understand and know, mom's was a teacher. So, and my mom's being an educator and training up the youth of the world and being such a phenomenal woman. Not being my mama. My mama don't like hoes, so she's not one of those. My mom being an upstanding woman and a teacher and educator. She aimed and guided her footsteps to try to have her kids in the summertime, and we just so happened to come out on the same day.
You just said the same thing we said, but just
pretty good.
right, yeah.
I'm just saying.
You put that in a nice box, bro.
She must have been exceptional in math.
But that would have to take more than that, because even then, if like the probability of it is insane.
It is. I
but-
think we were only beat by somebody else having like 4. I think the times was different. They had 4 kids. It was like something about their times. Like I think they had.
Oh,
kids
like
at the
same day, same time?
Something.
How old is your little brother?
He's 3 years younger than me, so he's turning 27.
And then your
Your
older brother.
is what?
33. He's gonna be turning 33.
Which one worked for police?
Wait a minute. Every 3 years too. 3. That's crazy. 27, 30, 33.
Your oldest brother's still in Baton Rouge, right?
Both of them still in Baton Rouge.
I thought you said he was in Dallas.
No, he went to Dallas for his birthday this past weekend. Just how I went out for my weekend, he went somewhere for his weekend.
Oh, okay.
We be trying to, vacation. We were supposed to go together, but we couldn't link up for the same type of events.
Well,
But
That's dope though.
but yeah, they both,
happy birthday to all 3 of you niggas.
Yeah.
all 3 of y'all.
All 3
you
of
feel
y'all.
me? But the importance of just growing older, how we were saying earlier, man. Like I'm having this new outlook on life. It's just saying it's just you getting better as you go.
Man.
Because it's the same thing as you gotta look at it like anything that happens is like what haven't you gotten through? You feel me? That's like one of the main things.
Yeah, and it's that, and it's all about did you grow?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of niggas that's the same nigga they was at 21. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Right.
And still ain't made no
That's
changes.
really scary.
I feel like if you make it to another birthday and you look at yourself and you have nothing to reflect on, you wasted a whole year of your life.
That's
And
really
every year that you
scary.
continuously get to your birthday and you don't have something to look back on, like what's changed about you? If you look in the mirror and you look exactly the same, what the fuck did you do in a whole 365 days?
I don't mind looking the
Well, if
same.
you look
I don't mind looking the
that's
same.
not bad.
64.
Yeah.
Place,
I don't mind looking
like,
the same. 'Cause if I
But
can
yeah,
look,
you should have something to speak about your life every year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it should be something like
Or if you are in your late 20s
Do
and
you-
you're looking back at your early 20s and you don't see a shift or you don't see a growth in the or a maturity in the people that you're surrounded by, that's a problem too.
That's what I wanted to ask y'all. Do y'all look at the things that you acquire? Because some people say that, okay, once you reach a certain age, you're supposed to be married. Once you reach a certain age, you're supposed to own a house. Once you reach a certain age, you're supposed to own a car, or you're supposed to, have children. How do you guys feel about that? Coming from a panel of all of us,
30s.
I can say all of us are approaching 30. I think I'm the first one to hit it.
Yeah.
Are approaching 30, not married, don't have kids. And we don't
I've
know
never been
none of us.
engaged.
Huh?
I've never been engaged.
Nope.
Never been engaged.
Been close. Hella close.
Hella close.
Nope.
Is that bad? I feel like that's like
It's to me,
I feel
bro.
like
It's
after
not.
like 26, 27, like you should start like at least.
You should have thought about it at least
Let me
once.
not say you should start, but I feel like after you reach like 26 or 27, people are gonna start looking to you to like start making like switches in your life to where you might want to start a family and like start having kids and getting married and everything? Because I was just at my niece's birthday party, right? And my brother, his wife, her mother, and all her sisters was there. And I've been around a couple times. They're not as familiar with me as like maybe my cousin Hollis and my cousin Shalice and all of them. But when I do come around, they like, oh yeah, you the little brother, huh? I was like, yeah. And they was like, well, don't you have like, where's your little daughter? Don't you have like a little girl? I was like, nah, that's my other brother. And they be like, oh, wow. Well, you don't have no kids? And I'd be like, no. She was like, oh. Why not?
Hey, they be acting so sad. Like,
hey, man, my mama, my daddy, like, I be impressed from everybody in my family.
You get impressed?
I been getting impressed since I was 25. Like, when am I getting grandbabies? When am I getting a nephew? When am I getting all of that?
There's plenty of children that you can adopt.
You motherfuckers don't. If I ask,
toy section.
If you ask them same people asking you when you having kids to help you pay your rent tomorrow,
they ain't finna help you.
They ain't finna fuck with you.
Or ask them if they'll have any more. So this is my thing.
Say that then.
This is my thing.
I think I'm pretty lucky because my parents do not press me about having kids. Like, and it's crazy because my dad. First of all, there's 9 of us, and my dad remarried, so that's what made our family bigger. But all of my siblings have kids with the exception of 3 of us, right? So I don't get the whole, like, the people that do ask me, when are you going to have kids, or questions, like, around family and stuff, those are the motherfuckers who look tired. Like, those are the ones who... And I tell them that. I'll be like, well, you look tired and it doesn't look fun. Like, it doesn't look like, don't get me wrong, having a miniature version of yourself looks fucking awesome because think about it. You can pretty much like teach this little person anything you want to, right? You can turn this person into a monster if you really wanted to. So, but that's just me being cynical. But however, I'm just saying, like, in the context of having kids and getting married, the people who often ask you that are the ones, they don't have any, it's almost like they don't have any other expectations besides building a family at that time in your life. The people who are driven, who see past what society says, are like, man, you just getting started. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel right now. Like, if I were having a family and being married, those are beautiful things if you find yourself in that space. But if you don't have those things, don't feel like you have to be pressured to design that type of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like shit is just now starting to make sense. So when you coming up to me asking me when I'm gonna have a child, nigga, I barely just figured out myself.
And that's the thing with me too. I'm like, man, honestly and truthfully, it's like scary to take on so much. You already got the responsibility. Like right now, I know all of us are feeling responsibility of all of your bills,
right?
All of your pressures of trying to make it in this dream that you acquiring, and then even like finding somebody that you really can even fuck with
have
to
a
that
fucking
level.
kid with.
Exactly.
Like,
you know what's crazy, bro? A lot of people that's saying this shit, like, are like, they came up in a different era. They came up in an era where by the time they was 25, they was in a job they gonna be in for a while.
Yeah.
This, like, it's hard. You can't do that nowadays. People get laid off. People get fired more often. Companies are going under more. Exactly.
You know, like, can I at least travel the world first? Can I go and see some shit?
But your parents be like, they didn't travel the world.
Exactly.
That's why I say, I feel like parents and like our loved ones, they want us to fall into this trap because they fell into this. Well, not a trap, but they fell into a grid where they were locked down for a certain amount of time and couldn't do the things that they could do when they were free to do whatever.
But they probably feel like that's the reason why we ain't got shit, because we trying to take these trips and just go on all these different adventures and woo-de-woo-de-woo. But their world was so fucking small.
And I feel like it's nothing wrong with doing that, because if you think about it, before we were in our 20s, we were teenagers. We were kids, right? So that means that within your, this is how I look at shit numerically. Like we were teenagers, then we get into our 20s where we are introduced into adulthood, right? Now by the time you get to your late 20s, you're realizing like, okay, this is how things are supposed to be. Like I have to be responsible. I have to think about my future. I want to be healthy. Like the serious shit, right?
Right.
So if you're just now figuring that out, why is there a wall where it's like nothing else? The only thing that's on the other side of that wall is building a family, now worrying about this and that.
Right. Like I'm still trying to tell myself not to do certain shit. You mean to tell me you want me to tell me and a little motherfucker that don't even understand what I'm trying to say what to do at the same time?
I think people who have kids, one of the things I will say, the people who have had kids early, you know, maybe early 20s or even like late teens.
Yeah.
I commend you. You know what I'm saying? I also realize that I am going to be one of those mothers who are older, but then as a woman, I can't even really define what older is. My stepmom is an OBGYN, and my stepmom is also Hispanic, so she has a whole different outlook on what family and children are, right?
Right.
However, from a nurse's standpoint, she always tells me, you know, as I get older, it might be harder for me to have children. So my thing is, from the standpoint of a woman, I'm realizing that like what is really an older parent these days? You know what I'm saying? What's really an older parent?
Older
like
parent
people,
is somebody that's our age.
We gonna be older.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
It's people.
We're gonna be older parents, but this is my thing.
It's people that's pushing the boundaries. Like I got kids at my school. They parents is like in their 40s and they just like they was just born.
I know a nigga that's 20 years old with 3 kids.
One of my cousins is my age and got 6, bro.
20 years old with 3 kids.
Man,
one of my cousins is my age and got 6.
NBA
She
young
started
boy.
when we was 15.
Reference a nigga, NBA young boy is a nigga who I don't think he 20, 21 yet.
He has kids?
He got 4.
Oh wow! But see,
Something
this
like
is my
You
thing.
couldn't pull out
He
once.
has the financial,
Maybe more.
Look,
Maybe more.
He
I
has
don't
the
even know.
financial means to take care of his kids.
True.
He has the financial means to take care of
True.
his kids. Plus, if he is an active father and he wants to be an active dad, then that's all that really matters, right? Because niggas like us who are still trying to, you know, attain financial stability and shit like that,
right.
nigga, we not looking to have 3 and 4 kids right now. Like,
But hold on, I want to say this too, though, because I want to say this too, because a lot of niggas, this the whole other thing too. I don't like the fact, and all my friends with kids, they already know, like, man, I love y'all kids. I do whatever for them. It ain't even nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that. But sometimes niggas with kids be feeling like, man, I got kids to take care of, bro. I can't see how I got the money for my kids and you ain't got the money. Woo. Bitch,
nigga, my single life works different than yours.
Nigga, these dreams are my kids. That shit,
part.
like,
that's what I'm
nurture
feeling.
those
I ain't gonna
dreams.
even, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Feed
it do
those
feel like
dreams.
that. It be like, man, some of that shit you be coming to me to live through on the cool, or that we love together. You know what I mean? It's
Sometimes
like,
your dreams need a gold chain.
you know, they do. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
talk.
Sometimes what you trying to do, it's like you have to do things in a manner to where you trying to get to where you trying to go, and it's like, bro, if you made a pit stop and nutted in this chick and did your little thing, it's like, man, I ain't responsible for the flip of having your baby.
I'm just really more cautious about what I'm gonna try and teach my kids, because I'm afraid my kids is gonna grow up and not gonna believe in shit. Cause I'm gonna tell them it's a lot of shit that you ain't gonna be able to believe again, or when you're around me.
What do you mean?
No, it's just
You're not gonna let them believe in Santa Claus? Like,
Fuck no.
What do you mean?
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be bigger than Santa Claus.
Fuck no.
It's gonna be a lot of shit.
Nigga.
It's gonna be a lot of shit like this system and what you feel like people's plan is for you supposed to be, and religion.
You want your kids to be woke.
Politics and all of this shit. Like, I'm gonna tell them, like, listen, you can go ahead and believe it if you want to, but when you find out it was some bullshit, don't come running back to Pops like,
Dad, you said it was,
right, man,
and I didn't believe you.
Like, you goddamn right it was.
You know what's funny? Our parents be doing the same shit to us.
My kids is gonna be corrupt than a motherfucker.
Corrupt?
Why you want to raise corrupt kids, bro?
Not corrupt. Like, we all are corrupt. We all have corrupt mindsets.
I feel like my mindset is proper and their mindset is corrupt.
Everybody's mind is corrupt.
All right,
have you ever thought about robbing a bank?
Yes.
You have a corrupt mindset.
But it's not because of us. It's because of the corrupt system in which we reside.
But
that makes us want to survive in a corrupt world.
You do have a corrupt mind, right?
No.
Now, you can't provide your kids a whole nother world, can you?
We could try.
You could try.
Getting the fuck out this get the fuck out the country. Like, just gone.
Yeah, but it's
you can remove it.
It's no perfect world.
So
That's
you're
why
saying
they say
that you're gonna let
world.
your kids know that the world is fucked up and that conspiracies.
Yes.
Hey, but honestly, that could keep you from having a lot of friends. Cause my dad did that to me when I was a kid, and I was like, they called me Little Farrakhan when I was a kid. I used to walk around quoting Farrakhan all day.
I don't feel like.
And like people was like, oh, that nigga weird. Like, I don't want to be his friend.
I don't feel like I have the mentality.
I can see Jaleel right now. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait.
Right,
Let me just. We gotta stop right there. I can see Jaleel as a kid with a gray suit on, with a red tie and a white shirt.
Bruh.
Quote.
There's a picture of me with the red blazer, the bow tie, with the part, all that.
Please bring it the next time so we can show the viewers.
I wish we could blow that shit up and show.
Jaleel, have you ever sold the bean pie?
Yes, I have. And I've sold the paper.
You know what? Bean pies are. They are.
I'm not down in the taste.
And I've been blessed to hold a security detail on Minister Farrakhan himself.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, that was I heard him play.
Would you have taken the bullet?
Hell yeah.
He's like Jesus.
For what he's done for the black community alone, it's enough for somebody to die for that man. Like, I got mad respect. I got mad respect for that man.
I'm not religious and I'm not a Muslim, but I can say that I agree with him on that one. He has done a lot for the black community, especially young black men, and empowering them to want to strive to do better and do better for those around them. And I feel like he's probably one of the top upper echelon when it comes to like black leaders.
Bro, why you think every rapper respect him, bro?
I would say he's 100% at the top. But this what I was going to was the fact that a nigga say he would take a bullet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm taking a bullet.
But remember, like, that was at that time, that was your duty. Like, that was my duty.
That's why I say like nigga, that's a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you people don't understand when you sign up for certain things. It's a lot of niggas who are police officers who are not, like, this is the reason why you have niggas who harass you for seatbelt tickets and don't go after the nigga who just committed armed robbery. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. Like, you could just accept the job. So that's why I was trying to get into the fact that this nigga said he would really take a fucking bullet. Now,
if it came down to that, bro, like, anybody I really fuck with, I take a bullet for somebody
I really fuck with Farrakhan. But what I'm saying is, if a nigga ran into this room with a gun and somebody and we was all sitting in this room right now, I'm running, bro.
You're not I'm not trying to take that nigga out.
I'm not trying to protect nobody. I'm running. I'm trying to protect myself in the moment. If that involves saving everybody else, that's what that is.
I ain't got no vest on.
But to say I'm gonna take that bullet with nothing on,
I don't know, bro.
Another story, bro.
But that's my fault because I got a hero
First of all,
complex.
his security get paid to guard him. We not getting paid.
How much?
I didn't get paid.
You wasn't getting paid?
No, bro.
He was just doing it because he was the honorable.
Yeah, bro. You don't really get paid for that.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Nah.
I'm hella scared.
But not,
I want to get back into this whole, like, Tory saying that he's gonna, like, let his kids know that the world is.
I'm gonna let my kids know.
The world is a fuckhole.
I'm not gonna tell him, like, hey. I mean, I'm not gonna tell him listen to everything that teacher say to do. I'm gonna say go to school, get that education, but also be aware of what is being told to you.
Right.
When your son comes home and he's learning about slavery, and
by that time
by the time he go to school, he would have seen Roots twice.
By the time my son is learning, they're not even gonna call them slaves.
Right.
They're gonna call them.
What was it? What's the fuck that? Yeah.
See, but y'all talking about two different perspectives. You saying you gonna teach your kids before they even get to learn about it in school.
Before they even get to school, they gonna know it.
Exactly, Tori. So what I'm saying is, when they start teaching your kids about school, because you might have already taught them that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Even in that case, when your kids learn about it in school, and the teacher comes to you and tells you, "Hey, your son told us that you said."
That's why I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna wait for him to come home, tell me what he learned, and I'm gonna say, "Okay, close that book up. We're gonna open this book right here."
You gonna wait till they teach? You gonna wait till they teach it? See, Jalil, that's what I wanted. This is exactly this is what I'm saying, because I saw both y'all perspectives first.
And have no meeting with some white person about me trying to undo everything they just did for 8 hours.
Let me ask my question to MJ first, and then I'm gonna come back to you guys. I want to ask this question: do you teach your kid before they learn it in school, or do you teach them as they learn it in school?
That's a good question, bro. I think right now I'd say
that's about telling them about Santa Claus, or letting their friends tell them in school when it started becoming a conversation.
Yeah. See, and then the thing is, like, I look at it as if they're coming to me and asking me questions as they're learning, that might create some mistrust between us, because it's like, why didn't you show me this, or how come I don't know this, or how come my friends know this, or this is available to me, and that type of shit. That's how I look at it.
Interesting.
So I guess I would say, because everything ultimately, it doesn't matter what's happening at school, begins in the home. So I think I'm definitely going to teach my kids, like Tori said, some type of self-awareness, so that if there is something that's presented to them, they're able to intelligently question it.
So wait, now So now that MJ said that, now I just see that Jalil and MJ say tell them before, but Tori, you the only person who said that you gonna teach them as they learn. Why do you feel like you want to do that?
The home and it's like a school, an institutional environment.
Yeah,
I think they're two different things. I think a child's mind is more like, you can learn in the home, but I feel like when you're at home, you're more in a comfortable atmosphere. And I don't feel like a child is more like open to taking what their parent is gonna say, whereas to when they're sitting in a classroom and there's 30 other students there and the teacher's standing in front like, I need your attention right here.
But I'm saying, but what I'm saying, when they teach them about slavery, and they say that they were just indentured servants, they came over here to make money and get this work and
the whites afforded them opportunities.
Yeah, and now you telling and when they come home and tell you that, now you combating what they just learned at school.
Now I can see everything they're telling my child. I can tell my child one thing, and then my child is gonna get to school, and then, oh, my daddy was saying this and this and this and that, and he was saying this and this and that, and now it's like, well, your father was wrong, this and this and that, and I'm like, no, I'd rather you go to school, tell me what they taught you, and then I'm gonna give you the real.
Well, see, I can't agree with that, because like my dad sent me to school with the knowledge, and my dad used to get called up to the school all the time because I would combat a teacher. If you said anything that didn't make no sense to me, it was a problem, and I'm gonna call you on it. I went to Audubon, I went to Emerson, I went to Marcus Garvey, I went to.
I didn't go to none of those schools.
He went to all the black ass schools.
Yeah, I didn't go to none of those schools.
Audubon was
pretty black.
Yeah, y'all name it LA schools. I don't remember none.
My parents, the niggas was like, nigga, go to school, learn that shit. I don't want to hear nothing else.
See,
so I know what it's like to. I went to West Hamptons, then I went to Henry Clay, then I went to schools in the Valley, and then I came back home to Locke. So it's like, I got kind of like a culture shock when it came to school atmosphere. So I know what was taught in certain places, and I know what's taught over here. You know what I'm saying? And my pops, even though they knew what they was teaching us wasn't all the way to real, it was like, I could tell you it, but it's like, are you gonna believe me, or are you gonna be the person that's teaching?
So Tori, do you think that you should also give your kids an opportunity, like, instead of saying, well, I'm gonna give you this information and this is what I'm saying is right, do you think you should do that, or give them resources to find their own answers?
Well, We had a bunch of books in my home. I opened some of them I didn't. There was an encyclopedia there. There was a bunch of history books there. There was Bibles there. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have to ashamedly say, like, I didn't really do as much as I was supposed to as a child because as a kid I wanted to go and play. You know what I'm saying? Once school was over, I wasn't that intrigued.
That's everybody.
But see, that was the difference. Like, for me, my dad and my mom were my first teachers. I didn't start my first day of school I knew how to write. I knew how to read. Like
that's you though, Jaleel.
But I'm saying that's what I'm saying. It's the responsibility of the parent in the home to start that before you even send them to school. You can't expect some other motherfucker to teach your kid.
I can't say that because see,
I don't want my kid to come home and say
you can teach your kid, but at the same time, if you're gonna send them to the school, at least tell them pay attention.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. So now, once your kid is gonna go and he's gonna soak up everything he learns. Now you get to cut. Now you don't even have to sit in the class with them because you know what they're teaching them. They're coming back and they're showing you everything. They got the manifest.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So you can show them, okay, this is what happened here. Now this is what. Now they leaving certain shit out. Now I want to show you everything that they.
I want to say this. I want to say this because this is a very important thing that like. It's so crazy.
I'm trying to get to
it's so crazy that we really hear though. But this is the divide. Like this is really a divide in our community because it's like, you know, it's the same thing as that Santa Claus thing, man. It's like, when do you tell your kids that the boogeyman is fucking real or the boogeyman ain't real, or you know, when do you really
the boogeyman is the president.
You know, it's like when you
the boogeyman is the IRS shit.
But honestly and truthfully, y'all not. I grew up in a home to where my parents told me, like, I literally grew up in a very, I guess, urban situation, but a mindset that you was just equal to everybody because you just couldn't accept to be put as less than. You know what I'm saying? But you start figuring out that, like, damn, I really ain't equal to, I really ain't got the same shit they got. Like, when you go to their house, you know what I'm saying? You just start figuring shit out. Yeah. But at the same token, my parents, I never got the true slavery thing from my parents. My parents ain't never talked to me about oppression. My parents ain't never talked to me about Jim Crow. My parents ain't never talked to me about anything like that. I've just recently started having them conversations with my parents.
My parents talked to me about Jim Crow because they lived it.
My parents never
slavery. They never schooled me on no slavery. They did tell me about Jim Crow.
What my dad told me was that what my dad always hit me with was just being a man, like above anything. It didn't matter what you were, just being a man. Like, and that's why I say it's crazy because I guess that lesson can supersede everything else. But I feel like that lesson really do supersede everything else, to be honest with you, because just being a man is like, it's gonna show you compassion, it's gonna show you everything else, it's gonna show you where you're being fucked over.
Right.
And then you start perceiving that shit from the other transgressions that go up under, like racism and prejudice and shit like that. Right. But being a man first is what I feel like is the most important.
Well, see, that's the difference between, like, that's a major difference between our community and the white community, I say, for example. In their community, they're not going to send their kid out into nothing without being prepared. And the problem that we've gone through is that a lot of times, like, our parents and our grandparents would just trust the system to teach us right. Trust the schools to teach us right. And it's like, let him finish. We need them lessons, bro. We can't be sent out. We can't be sent out into the world without already knowing the condition that we in, and knowing that we're already put in a position to not win, and now we got to fight twice as hard as everybody else, 3 times or 4 times as hard as everybody else in order to make it somewhere. If I didn't have those lessons from my parents before I went to school, I'd end up fucked up like most of the people I went to school with.
I can't say that. I can't say that, bro. I can't say that.
Bro, most of the people I went to school with now ain't like.
Can I ask you this? Are you gonna send your kids to school?
I might homeschool them. I've been contemplating homeschooling for a long time.
So you're definitely gonna homeschool.
It's something I've been contemplating.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that it's easy to say you're gonna homeschool, but to actually be committed to actually homeschooling is a different thing.
Of course.
Now, what I'm saying is, most parents don't have the time to opt to homeschool their children.
Or the resources.
So what I'm saying is, you can teach them. You can say it starts in the home, like y'all say. I agree with y'all. But what I'm saying is how long is it gonna be going on in the home before you send them to that school?
Constantly.
Like, how long is the lesson gonna be going? Because it's easy to say it's gonna be going on constantly, but we have to uphold that agreement as parents to say we're gonna instruct our kids for this and this long, but then we're gonna send them to school, and that teacher's gonna undo everything that they just did.
No, they're not.
So you can say now you have to be a thorough instructor. I'm not saying you're not gonna be that, but I'm just saying when we say things like, "Oh, I'm gonna teach my kids," I really feel like that's a term that's.
Let me
easier to
piggyback
say.
on what.
No,
Let me piggyback on what
it's
Tori
only
said.
because let me say this real quick, bro. It's only because that's the example I was given. My father and my mother taught me. I was doing writing lessons, reading for an hour to 2 hours every day. So that's the example I have. So all I know when I have a child is to do the same thing I was taught,
Well,
and to do it the same way.
Well, with this, Jalil, I would say one thing that I've learned, and I see from all of the people that I know and all of the mature individuals and people who grow and even to grow to be anything, they step outside of what their parents taught them. And I can say that for you, I can say that for Tori, I can say that for MJ, I can say that for myself. You know what I'm saying? We expose ourselves to a different light. So, generally, it is away from. It's in the core values of what your parents taught you were there, but it's genuinely sometimes away from their train of thought as far as where you can go with the boundaries that they set and from the perspective of where they see society.
Right.
And what everybody here said is like, because just how MJ said with her parents having a mixed relationship and a biracial family with a Hispanic woman talking to a different race of kids, with Tori coming up in a biracial home of
I come from a biracial.
well, not a biracial home, but having a biracial father.
Yeah.
And then being raised in,
Tori is black as fuck.
that's what I'm saying. Tori black as
My
fuck.
parents is from the South, so.
But I'm just saying, and the same thing is just saying what you're saying. You grow outside of the same limitation that your parents set there for you.
And I think one of the things that I think for me, I think what was a blessing for me is that my parents, they had already had children earlier in their life because they were elderly by the time I had came along, and me and my other foster siblings. So it was like anything that they learned from being a parent with their own children early on in life, they were able to correct them with me. You know what I'm saying? And all my other siblings. So I think, even though they did lecture to me like a motherfucker, I feel like they made it a point to not lecture to me as much because they know a child, they gonna soak in but so much from a parent. You know what I'm saying? And then some of that stuff is gonna go through one ear and out the other. And I know that for a fact because that's what happened with me. Some of those lectures I soaked in, some of them I didn't. And I didn't realize I soaked in so much information until I found myself in that position that they was talking about. And then I was like, God damn, this motherfucker was right, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the same thing. That's the same way I grew up too.
And and Jalil, I commend you. When you have kids, brother, I hope you instill in them all the lessons that you learned as a child and everything. I feel like you're gonna be an exceptional father.
He definitely is. I definitely think that Lil is gonna help.
I always tell my peers to be mindful that you can teach your kids, but it's gonna be up to them whether they want to be receptive or not.
Yeah, and there's always gonna be something that you're possibly up against, aka society.
And society and public schools, they're gonna always
And they're gonna do the damnedest to break your child.
The mindset of your child, and they're gonna do their best to undo what you taught them too. So
I think we're gonna take a break.
Yeah, y'all, we're gonna take a break right now, and we're gonna go out to what video, Jalil, and what song?
We're gonna play Nino Sparks, Don't, on the video, and then over the air we're gonna play Mills. Two of them joints back to back. Hope y'all ready. Be back in a minute.
When we get back, Cliff will have his glasses off.
I need a couple $1 million. I need a pick on me on products. I need a double cup with my Dutch and stuff, and I'ma make it feel polished. You need to go and finish college. You need to go, you stay stopping. Cry gotta grow, lie gotta blow in the flow, cause you know we stay copping. We bout to go better pilot. Your job don't really show the mileage. You try to feed them with that new shit, I guess they'd tell you expired. Girl, your second one a tyrant. Said, girl, your second one a tyrant. Hell, I set a fire to you. I tell you the devil's just a client. You see the levels born climbing. Animal left and I ain't lying. It's the wolf of the east, I'm just implying. I don't see peace, I see you trying. Tell him to cease, the kid ain't dying. See, the start of a war began with this. I barge in the door, I flip my wrist. No money, no fall, no bullets miss. Fuck with the squad, they'll take a hit. I'm with a couple of dogs, so take your pick. Ain't no calling them off, I tell them get. Fuck with the boss, you getting big. I'll let you get lit. Feeling me, Villainies, how I feed. Tell your click, quit conning me. Tell me just what you need. I need food in my fridge. I need money I can give. I need honeys in my crib. I need all my parties lit. I need all my people getting their credit cards with no limit. Just enough to feed the city. No problem if you can't finish. I need a couple $1 billion. I need $1 million more follows. You need to kind of grace to my circle, fit better with billionaires and ballers. I'm great for the days they never caught us, but know if they did, I take the fall. That's one single night that made us all. Yo, fuck with a bat, the boy go off. I'm circling back, finish you off. My certain effect is due to cause. You way too dependent on yourself. You're playing too much, you need to pause. They're playing your tracks, the crowd is lost. My plan of attack to lead you off. They're playing the set, the shit is sauce. I stay with the set to see you all. I need food in my fridge, money I can give, honeys in my crib. All my buddies lit. I need all my people getting their credit cards with no limit. Just enough to feed the city. No problem if you can't finish. I
Yep. You know Max Zone. Yep. Yeah, I grew up, older brother, little sister, walking through the hood, idolizing the pushers. Couldn't leave home if I didn't wash all the dishes. Don't trust everybody, I minimize all my friendships. The stress building on my head like dandruff. Pops gone and I had to eat a syrup sandwich. Homies kept me sharp, they had to see where the hands is. Roof over a nigga, I'm underneath where the fan is. I was just trying to see what $100 grand, and she doing it for the gram. Little mama, if that's your plan, thank God I'm even up on this planet to talk to a nigga, nobody would understand it. They keep on looking at me like I'm a bandit, cause I'm black, I didn't choose, I'm just a man. What do you want from me? No, what you really want from me? What you really want from a nigga? What you really want from a nigga? What do you really want? What do they really want from a nigga? What you you really want from me? Them trips OT wasn't for celebration. That damn job was the reason I got medicated. I said my piece, but never elaborated. Cause too much talking to me sound like a damn statement. I really need to start working on my patience. You can call me what you want, but I am not basic. I'm in the fast lane cruising slow, but I am not racing. And ask around, I can care less if I'm famous. But the money'll be good, and I pray to God that it's sunny in the hood. Cause for some reason niggas hungry in the hood, and when they gas low they acting funny in the hood. That's why I'm on my pedal and a prayer up. I pray more cause mama say I don't pray enough. That's why I'm on my pedal and a prayer up. I pray more cause mama say I don't pray enough. Look, what do you really want? What do you really want? What do they really want from a nigga? What you really want from me?
From the body, me now you suck. Cause I got my shit tight. They used to say that my lyrics was hard, but my shit just wasn't mixed right. Watch that I couldn't write hooks and it hurt my pride. The fuck that nigga know, he still working at Enterprise. I'm building enterprises from scratch, nigga, this in crowd. All money in, we ain't letting the fucking sin out. Body bag records, toe tag them and they get sent out. Double back in yellow tape studios, that ran that bitch out, I've been out. All the shit that we on, it's all in the motherfucking manuscript. And I still go to work like every fucking day till I get a call saying I got a chance to quit, bitch. Cause this that shit make my niggas wanna call out. Yeah, this that shit make my niggas wanna ball out. Yeah, this that shit make my niggas wanna call out. Nigga, this that shit. They call you Cash, right? Yeah, that's what they call me. If you was in Carson off at the Lamo, then you saw me. You better know it. They call you Cash, right? Yeah, that's what they call me. If you was in Carson off.
I'm gonna watch up in there.
That nigga burn.
I can't take out my shades tonight, man. You know,
He out here
blinging,
shining on him, y'all. Moisturized today.
On my mama, the bro.
Gifts.
The bro got a lineup.
Bro got a lineup.
Homie out here.
Even bought some Dugro. Got my shit, you know, getting a look.
He got inches.
What's going on, bro? Is this going
Hey man, we not about to talk about this.
Nah,
I'm gonna show you a picture. I'm getting a little baby. Y'all saw little baby Harris?
Who the fuck is little baby?
Yeah, it's a little nigga, man. He coming up, man. That nigga a fool on the rap shit.
He a little baby.
It's so many niggas.
I listen to a lot of rap. MJ will tell you. MJ right home me. I listen to a lot of young niggas. Like I'm into the new rap shit.
Are they trash? To Trippie Redd. You know what?
Fuck no, that nigga look like a serial killer.
I'm really into
Trippie
music. Y'all don't
Redd
understand,
really
dog.
scare me.
I am too, bro, but I'm into good music.
No, okay.
No, it's some of these young niggas making some good music, bro.
Being forced to listen to it with Cliff, really good musical palette. But because of him, I kind of like I fuck with Trippie Redd.
I'm gonna let you listen to Lil Baby tonight.
Okay.
Lil Baby go hard,
What
bro.
Babies can't even talk, bro.
Lil Baby hard, bro.
They ain't gonna cry the whole song.
Man, Lil Baby hard, dog. It's a Lil Baby. Wham, wham, wham. That's one of his lines, though.
Really? Oh, fuck no.
It's Lil Baby. Wham, wham, wham. And nigga, he got the song Pikachu with Drake.
Cliff, how do you feel about YG's album?
I haven't listened to it. I haven't given it a full listen, so I don't want to.
Hey, Travis Scott album?
And I like
Travis Scott
I
album
haven't
going.
heard Travis Scott.
Astro World is actually booming. Like from the first track, like the whole joint.
Travis Scott, I don't like. He not. The reason why I don't really fuck with Travis Scott because he don't really pay a lot of homage to the typical H-Town scene. Now I might be speaking too far ahead from not listening to him because I don't really listen to him.
He does. In this album, he actually like shout out H-Town a little bit.
Couple niggas like.
But you ain't gotta sound like where you from.
Lil Uzi Vert don't sound
we
like
gotta call.
Philly,
We gotta call. We gotta call her.
We gotta call her.
Call her. You better call Cliff No.
Hello.
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 What's up?
It's Cliff Notes Radio.
Hey, okay. What's up? This is Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Who we speaking with, man?
Who is here?
Hey, this is Thomas Da Vinci, man. I'm calling to say happy birthday to the host of the show, man.
What's up?
Hey, the whole fan family now. How y'all doing, man, on this lovely evening?
Man, we blessed, bro.
How you living, my nigga?
As am I. Same here. Just waiting on this damn program of love so I can finish this beat.
Hey, man. Bro said he forever on the grind.
You may
Always.
He may not be in your face like you want, but that man is always working. He's
Right.
Oh.
Gifted dude. Appreciate you, bro. We gotta have you back on soon, man.
Yeah.
Oh, soon, man. Just give me the word. You know, I'll be there to sign the back so anyone to sign.
Man, I'm looking forward to some new music, dog. Like,
Right.
Tom, hey,
That's
niggas
exactly
don't
what
know.
I've been working on,
Hey,
bro.
real shit. Tom, I tell everybody this shit, man. Tom is one of my favorite fucking artists, bro.
Yeah, that nigga.
Oh,
hard.
man, man.
I sent the freshman of the year video, even though we getting flagged for playing that bitch. So I had
You
to
know.
stop playing the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know I'm honored for that, bro.
Man, dog, I really wish I could play it on here, Mo, but I send it to everybody. Like, man, you already know.
Yeah, I got that shit monetized, boys. I
know,
end
man.
up getting my gotta get the paper, bro. That's where it's at. The numbers.
Hey, y'all niggas
You know.
really sound like y'all from where like Thomas always sound like a Chicago.
Chicago, for sure.
I can't help it, fam.
Like from Baton Rouge and like people like down south. His country accent chime in a little bit more.
Or
When
when
he's talking
he's
to
drunk.
us, like,
Or when
he
he's
always
drunk.
sound
I be trying to hide that shit.
I be trying. I gotta sound proper on air, man.
No, be yourself.
Hey,
Bro,
man.
that air didn't even sound right coming from you, bro. You want to say
That's
You know you wanna say
the LA shit.
Thank you so much for calling.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Got a cold switch. And then they just came out with a movie about that shit.
Huh?
Shit, I
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
the name.
Sorry
Did they
to
just come
Bother
out with a
You.
movie about that?
Yeah, sorry to bother you.
Oh boy, that was in
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot the
They
name.
pulled it out the theaters before I could see it. I
Mhm.
heard it was hard. Yeah.
Damn, I ain't see that.
Yeah.
The one that got fucked up in
It was about the
Get Out.
motherfuckers cold switching.
Hi.
hmm They got another one coming out too with a undercover cop, a black cop, went in and Klansman.
Klansman.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
Spike Lee got that bitch.
Yep, that come
Spike
out on
Lee wrote it,
Friday.
though.
yeah, bro used to play for the
Oh, what?
Yep.
They say I look like that.
He went
nigga.
from playing for the Rams to full-fledged
Hey,
actor.
on the side, from the side.
They say I look like that nigga. He was
Yep,
he was
got
on
that
Ballers.
joint on Ballers too.
Yeah, he was on Ballers too.
Hey, so he got two joints coming out this weekend. This weekend he got Ballers coming out on Sunday, and then
Nobody is
Black
listening
Klansman
to
on
you,
Friday.
Cliff.
I'm about to hit all the clubs and look like that nigga.
Oh, shit, man. Dang. I'm
What you
finna
like?
stand right next to
You
you.
definitely
tall
look
enough,
like
bro.
you played for the Rams, Cliff.
I don't.
No.
You look like you played with Rams.
Cliff said he played football. Cliff played football and baseball.
I did.
He a triathlete, man. This nigga run track too.
Look
What-
me up, man.
What'd you
Google
play in
me.
football, bro? Small
Play
back?
cornerback, man.
I never played football, man. That's one sport I wish I would have picked up.
I played football.
Football
Yeah, it was fun, but I was trash.
Yeah.
I was
I
trash.
just didn't like getting hit, man. I don't like the possibility of my balls getting broke. I like fuck that. I apologize. Yo, let me stick to this piano.
I dislocated the knee.
That's enough.
And I hurt my back, but
I hurt
Oh,
myself
man.
more playing
Man.
basketball than I did playing football.
Thomas, we
But
gonna
you
let
a
you
soldier,
drop
man.
this
You a
song,
tank.
brother. I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
I'm
I
finna have
appreciate
some
you for
fun.
calling in, my nigga, man. Real talk.
Always, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. I'll talk to y'all soon.
when you get a chance, my
I will.
Already,
I will.
boy.
I will for sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man, I broke a lot of shit. The shit that I broke my hands more than anything.
Wow.
That's
I sprained my metatarsals in this one, but I've never broken anything.
I broke.
Thank God.
I broke.
By the grace of God.
Nigga, I still don't have like my shit moved to the side in my in this hand. Like I know when I get old, this hand gonna be fucked up. Cause I broke this hand over here in probably like 2 places, and I broke this hand in 2 places.
You gotta take care of your body,
Again,
man.
like on one side.
Realize like you gotta get in the weight room, and you gotta.
This is the thing.
Play under control.
No, this is the thing. Let me say this, cause I broke my hand in fighting, and so every time I went to the when I went
This nigga was in Baton Rouge Fight Club.
This is what.
This nigga's teeth is harder than your fist.
And this is what they no. It's not. It's not even that. When the doctor told me, it's like when you punch, if you don't have anything behind your hand, you don't have boxing gloves on, bro. Like your hand is coming with nothing behind it. You just putting all the pressure on the hands, on the bones, and
You
your
expecting
hand.
your wrist to handle it?
All of these little bones. One was like this over the top, and another one was. I mean.
But how do you punch, bro? Like make a fist.
I mean, like this. Is literally this.
But did you have your wrist locked, or was you like? Cause you look like you was trying to come from an angle.
No, nigga.
Overhand.
Cause you'll fuck your shit up doing that.
When you're there's no rules in fighting.
True.
When I'm putting my hands on you, my nigga, I give no fucks of how they come at you. These hands are coming towards you. No, listen. No, listen.
Hey,
I punch
taught
straight.
me it's a certain way to punch.
This is what I'm saying. You punch straight, bro. But when you have an opportunity to land a punch, you land a punch.
Yeah.
When you're boxing,
then you can go technical.
Exactly.
So
when you're no, these are fights. Okay. These are fights. What I'm talking about are fights. I'm not.
You win.
Yes.
Why you ain't kick, bro? Low center of gravity. Boom.
Never had.
Ain't no holds barred.
I never had to kick in a fight, bro.
Really?
You had to kick in a fight?
I've kicked somebody in a fight.
I've never kicked.
I didn't have to, but I wanted to.
Fuck out of niggas in fights, man.
I never had to kick somebody in a fight. I never had the knee in a fight.
Man, old boy just won. Old boy just beat dude twice in a row in UFC.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, not the light skin, the blonde hair motherfucker.
I'm on that MJ. Now that you don't have hair, so
you about to say something, Bartis?
Grabbing in the fight. MJ got the advantage.
Nah, even before that though. But I'm going. Like, are you a hair puller?
No.
When was the last fight that you had?
I was in my teens.
Yeah, I mean, people haven't fought in a long. People don't realize this. Niggas have not fought in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, niggas act like they fight every day. Niggas don't fight every day, bro.
Wait, get it out. Get it out.
But I feel like MJ is square up though. I feel like MJ.
No, I don't.
I feel like MJ the type to square up. Like she gonna straight
really
up. She
do
gonna
square up
She gonna step into the box and
like
work
on
you.
some serious shit. I have 5 brothers.
Oh, so
I have 5 brothers. So like when one of us used to get in trouble, or not even get in trouble, when one of us used to get into a fight, and I remember this like several times as a kid, like one of our siblings would come home and, you know, tell my dad like either they got into a fight or they lost a fight or they got jumped or something. So my dad used to make the oldest go back, and we used to have to pretty much whoop ass.
Whoop whoever ass fucked up your.
Or he would whoop our ass.
Your oldest brother's the one who really got them hands.
But
because they knew they didn't want that ass whooping, they was like, "Well, we finna
nigga,
go fuck
like
up."
it wasn't no hair pulling. Like I used to wrestle. I used to love WWF as a kid.
When I used to fight, my parents never knew.
Never what?
My parents never knew. My parents never wanted us fighting. So when I got in the fight, fights.
My
in the
parents
street.
never knew
My
either.
parents never really knew.
My parents never knew I had a fight. Like I think they
parents
knew about
had
one when I broke
rings.
my hand one time. They knew.
My mom was
broke
there
my
for
hand
my
too.
best fight.
But
My mom sat
daddy-
front row
but
for
my
my best
daddy
fight.
Said,
I was proud of that day.
my daddy
was a
always
good day.
said, "I would never leave you in jail over a fight." He said, if it ever came down to it, that would be the only thing I come get you out of jail for.
Or what about mistaken identity?
It's my dad. My dad told me. My dad said the only thing he wouldn't get me out of jail for again was drugs. Like, I was.
I never.
Anything else, my daddy was like, "Nah, you can stay in there."
No, my parents.
My dad
my
told me,
parents
nigga,
are
don't go.
super-
He was like, just don't go. He said, I served enough jail time for everybody. Don't go.
My parents were super real, so every fight I got in, they knew. But I was never a fighting kid. But it's just having so many brothers and sisters, and all of us are not fucking equally yoked. Like some of them can't fight. Some of them got jumped. You know what I'm
She used
saying?
to like put tips on bitches though.
Like,
Hey, when
I
you-
really used to like.
Cause you know she got that strong
It's really like that.
And even as a grown woman, like certain settings, I don't like going into because I feel like I'm gonna have to have my defense up. Cause it takes a lot for me to get angry. It takes a whole lot for me to start yelling. So it's like
And
when
even
I'm
more
in
for your
defense
fight.
mode, I just want to just go
Can y'all-
straight to fighting.
Do y'all have like a sense that a fight is coming your way?
Absolutely.
Sometimes you can fight. You feel the energy like it's shift.
I be feeling that at work all the time.
Man, I remember the time I didn't. Feel it. I was in a party, and I was in high
Oh,
school, and nigga, I didn't feel it. And I mean,
But you
this
felt that punch?
nigga, I was just chilling and just bloom in the back of the head, nigga. That was all I remember.
I got hit in the back of the head once.
I think everybody's been blindsided.
Yeah, I got blindsided once
I
bad.
got blindsided in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
You know what's
Nigga
really
caught me.
bad?
He caught me, but I held my own, nigga.
You know what's even
Nigga,
worse?
The nigga hit me
I
and
don't
ran,
really
bro.
remember what happened.
Like a bitch.
This
But
is why
I
don't
didn't
do
lose
clubs.
because niggas jumped in.
That's one of the reasons why I don't do clubs, because I can't beat up a drunk bitch and I can't beat up somebody who I know I can serve. Like I just can't.
Why not?
Drunk nigga.
Because the thing is, like, I feel like, first of all, I feel like certain people have a certain type of presence or like words to where people know like that's not the one. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need to take it there. But I have been blindsided in a club where a girl hit me in the back of my head and I turned around and I'm getting ready to square up and she was just so drunk. And she was actually getting into it with another girl, and I'm just like, damn, I can't beat these girls up.
Never. MJ.
I have never thought that.
Never,
I've never
MJ.
thought that.
I
Unless that motherfucker in a
That'll
wheelchair,
never flown with
you
me.
getting these hands. And even then, I might have to punch that nigga till he roll away.
Will, you gonna beat somebody up in a wheelchair?
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't
MJ,
do that.
wait, let me
wouldn't
stop
do
this right now. MJ,
Bro, they
nigga,
run over your toes.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give, if you hit
I
me,
still would.
if you hit me and don't knock me the fuck out, it's a fight.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you drunk or not.
I'm beating your ass.
You gotta beat the person up you fighting, and then anybody that's looking too hard, you gotta fire on them too, nigga. Because you don't know who in the club. I'm firing on niggas just to watch.
Hey, this nigga. Hey, everybody watching the fight, he just like you.
Bro, you don't know.
Move around. Move around, nigga.
You think you done fighting, you beating a nigga up, and you think you done fighting. Next thing you know, his homeboy. Now you gotta fight a second.
Now you in
I
Def
got
Jam
crazy.
fight for. Now you in Def Jam fight for New York.
I'm taking off on anybody who looking at
Is this video?
Everybody gonna cover their eyes.
Look, hey, is this video on Instagram? No, listen.
Because once you fight, now the club over.
Hey, this shit gonna look like Grand Theft.
Stories
This shit
are
gonna look like
worried
Grand Theft
about
Auto. You know how you be fighting on
anybody
Grand Theft Auto? You just be punching one nigga, boom, 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 and your shit like
And
on
you go
somebody
to
else.
the
Boom,
next
boom, 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 boom. Nigga, turn
Like,
to
just
Grand
'cause
Theft
you right
Auto,
there,
that
nigga.
bitch is like-
What will happen? Once the rump, and I don't give a fuck who I'm out with. Like, nigga, if somebody, and this could be a nigga that I don't know, but if my nigga know him, and we out together, nigga, and we get into some shit, we all fight.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
honey.
But it's like, that's the thing. Once the rumble ensue, the club finna be over. So you might as
So you
well
might as well
just-
get your shit.
You might as well just start the rumble. Everybody get nigga.
You know what's so crazy? One of my best friends.
If that nigga jumped in front of you while you trying to get a dance, bang him on.
She has a mouth on her, right? And the crazy part is she's never been in a fist fight. She's not a punk, But she has a mouth on her that has put us in a lot of situations where girls have wanted to fight her or us as a unit. And I'm just like, nigga, I've never seen you throw hands. Now, it's some people who are about the shit, but I'm like, wait a minute.
Right.
I've never seen your resume, nigga. So
Niggas undefeated in the
we
mouth.
gotta walk away from this shit, cause I can't square. I'm not about to square up with 3 bitches.
Hey.
Like, period.
Man, that brings me. Hey, listen. So we got a segment of the show called Mindful Mondays, and that brings me to this one.
Yeah.
Y'all don't give me the jingle. I'm not MJ.
Yeah, man.
Both of you guys can do
No,
it.
MJ, can you give the?
Yeah, MJ, you sing it.
Yeah, nah, I want MJ to give me. I don't want 2 niggas singing
It's
to
his
me before I
birthday,
talk.
so that's what he wants.
Right. He needs a happy
Need
birthday,
2
Mr.
niggas
President.
singing
What's
for me.
up?
Talk
MJ
that thing.
jingle.
Mindful Mondays, nigga. Do you care about you?
Hey.
Acha.
Acha.
Well,
you got,
man,
Cliff?
approaching here at 30. The cutoff, man. The cutoff is fucking real. It ain't even about like announcing that you cut people off, man. That's not even what it's about. It's because over the last year, that shit has happened tremendously with people that I know, people that I really fucked with, people that I love. You feel me? And I still care for, and I still wish the best upon. But the whole cutoff thing with letting people go, man, you really have to understand that everybody ain't good for you, man. Everybody does not have your best interests at heart. Everybody does not sacrifice the way you gonna sacrifice for them. And you gotta understand that when they start taking advantage of that, and when they start taking you for granted as you're supposed to do something, and it's something that you are not even obligated to give. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta learn when to let people go. You gotta learn when some people are just toxic, when you got friends who don't know how to control their actions. You got friends who don't know how to control their emotions. You got friends who don't know how to control their financial situations and continuously ask you for help. You gotta learn how to cut people off when it's becoming toxic to your situation. It's not being selfish, it's being self-full. And you gotta be full of yourself in order to get to where you wanna be. And that's not being cocky, that's not being conceited, but you gotta be full of self-love.
That's telling it like it is.
That's real. And some people might be on the receiving end of that, and,
Right.
and will take it the wrong way when they shouldn't take it the wrong way. They should just take it as I got to do what I got to do for me, and it's like, you know, the time has expired on our relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it's no ill will towards you, but we just not on the same page.
Right.
You know, and I'm going a different direction, and hopefully we can meet back up. But if it is somebody that's toxic, it's like, well, hey, you know, I gotta shed you. I gotta shed myself of toxic shit.
And the thing is, man, at times you may be the toxic person to somebody, bro. But the whole thing around that too is you gotta look at yourself when you looking at certain people as toxic, as you also being the problem. Like, two negatives don't always make a positive, bro.
It's like a cancer that feeds off of each other.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all both toxic people. And some people don't realize, like, they be in relationships with people and don't know that they, like, all the way toxic.
Just tearing each other
two
down.
Motherfuckers that do not belong together. But for some reason, I guess the dick good, or pussy is good, or the rent is paid every
Barely
whole
making it.
time, or this motherfucker spoil you, or
Something.
Something is something, but y'all know damn well y'all do not need to be together with each other. But for some reason, it's something that's making. There's an incentive for you to be with this person.
Man, one of the
And
hardest
that's bad.
things.
Sometimes an incentive isn't always a good thing.
One of the hardest things to do, especially in relationships, is stop answering the phone. Man, that shit is crazy,
What
bro.
do you mean, Cliff?
Expound on this, my good brother. Expound on this.
Just to not answer the phone, man, or not answer the phone and not make the phone call. It's
What phone call?
Just any of them, man. That late night text, cause the last one that you make always be the one I'm trying to fuck. You know, like, baby, I miss you. You know what I'm saying?
What if it's just a did you make it home safe kind of call?
No, I'm not that Marvin's Room shit. You know, fuck that nigga that you love so bad shit. I'm talking about you gotta cut it off before it get to Marvin's Room. That's what niggas sleep on.
Cut it off when it ain't in the nigga living room?
You gotta cut it off in the living room. Not before it get to Marvin's Room. People be like, fuck that nigga that you love so bad. You gotta cut that bitch off before she find another nigga. You gotta cut her off when she's still fiending for you.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Cold business.
But what I mean by cutting people off, especially in relationships, before it get to that point, is like, man, you know when the chemistry ain't there, and it's just like even after them dates, even after some of them dates, it'd be like it ain't no hard feeling. Sometimes it just be like, man, I'm never gonna call you again.
People ignore that.
So basically, the cliff note and Mindful Monday for this week is it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
Ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. Ain't nothing to cut them homies off. Ain't nothing to cut
family.
You
family.
know, I don't really want to say family.
Your hair.
It is family though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna even much lie because I done had.
Hey, sometimes you gotta
off,
cut family
man.
off, bro. I done had to cut family off this week.
I feel
Twice.
like
On
family.
some real shit.
Cutting family off is like cutting that mole off that ain't really bothering you, but it's just there and.
Nah, it's like cutting a tumor off, bro.
No, you kind of don't like how it look, but
no, it's like cut. No,
I don't know, bro.
For some people, bro, with their family, family could sometimes family be a cancerous tumor that you really gotta remove from your atmosphere.
I haven't thought about this analogy, but go ahead.
Like real talk, I ain't gonna get into my whole situation because it ain't y'all motherfucking business. But sometimes you really gotta cut certain members of your family off because they just so toxic for the situation.
Yeah.
And they're not there to do anything to help or improve whatever the situation is. And as much as it may hurt you, and because they family doesn't make them any less dangerous to your situation.
Yeah.
It don't make them any less
potent. They
potent.
gonna be your family by default.
Yeah.
You can't change that.
You can pick them. I mean, you don't pick them.
Now, it's everybody has been to a family gathering where it's that one motherfucker that just love drama.
Mm-hmm.
And always want to point out negative shit and always want to argue about shit that you like fucking forgot about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit that doesn't even matter anymore because we all supposed to be here, we loving each other, but it's that one motherfucker that's just holding on to some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably in your best interest and in their interest to just not make contact with their ass no more.
Hey,
if you know that every time you see them is gonna be a conflict,
problem.
man, you don't even,
And
even surround
Why even ruin your energy, bro?
But let me say this too, because since we're talking about this, and I really want to elaborate this, I want y'all to take out y'all pads and take down these cliff notes. Like real talk, for real. Some cutoffs cannot be immediate. Some cutoffs, these people are so close to you that honestly and truthfully, it can't be immediate because it's just not gonna work right for you. It's not gonna work right for the situation that y'all involved in or whatever. But you know when things start going south to start going sour with somebody, and you don't always have to make announcements. You know what I mean? Like you don't always have. That's what I say. I hate when people get on Instagram or get on, Snapchat or whatever and start giving these little sublims and all this other kind of shit about what they finna do. Like, man, go with your move and do what you gonna do.
That's the difference, bro. That's the difference. The difference is people that like talk hella shit like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and like they saying, "Oh, I'm about to blah 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 this," or "I'm gonna do this and that." That ain't what it's about. I ain't post shit this week. Don't nobody know what's going on.
Right.
But I made the move that had to be made at the time I had to make it.
Right. And it's just like, man, you don't have to. You don't all. And every cutoff is not. Every time you cut somebody off is not always negative. You don't have to end things with people on bad notes. People like to end things on. People think that when you don't fuck with them, it's always a bad thing. It's always that you don't like me or something like that. That's not always it. It's just this ain't functioning. And I love you, but we have to function in these capabilities, but we can't function in these. It's not always a anger thing.
I think
People associate cutting people off with anger. And it's not always anger.
That sometimes that people are just so conscious. Like, if I have so many people in my support group, or I have so many people that I associate with, or I have so many friends and best friends and all of this shit.
Yeah.
Or I got these niggas like, if I'm fucking this many niggas, they can do this one can do that, this one can do that. Then it's like, once you start losing people, it's almost like you lose leverage. For some people, I'm not saying
It depends on the value you pay.
Some people are like that though.
Yep.
Some people feel like if you lose leverage, then it's like you're losing at life. And it's like some people thrive off of just having leverage on people. And it's like sometimes you have to just stop and check yourself and saying, is what I'm doing healthy for me? You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't stop and acknowledge like MJ always says, like self-service. Like you have to stop and look, am I doing myself a service by keeping these people around me?
Mm-hmm.
Or are these people of service to me?
Yep. Are they a benefit or a hindrance?
Or a hindrance, yeah. So I don't think some people don't analyze that because it's like they focus on one thing, like their eye is on attaining a certain thing, but some people have to realize that certain thing that you feel like you need to attain may not even be that much of a benefit for you.
Right. And you might not even properly assess it from the get-go.
That's very true, dog. And man, it's so important to just realize that you as an individual have to contribute to the people around you just as much as they contribute to you.
True.
Yeah.
And you can't, if you're not doing what these people around you are providing you with, if you're not, when people call and check up on you all the time, man, the only time you talk to them is when they call you. Like, man, you gotta start evaluating that shit. Like,
real talk,
you need to hit them back. Or if you and this person don't talk, and you like, damn, I really got a relationship with them, but I don't have a relationship with them. Maybe you might be the one who needs to initiate it.
Stop being scared to have conversations with people.
Exactly.
I feel like most of the problems that we have in this world is all because somebody's scared to talk to somebody.
Yeah. Because I think some people, like, they look at confrontation as a negative thing, when confrontation can be like...
Man. Confrontation could be healthy.
It could be a healthy confrontation. You know
Dog,
what I'm saying? Like,
a talk...
You need to address some things.
Right.
A talk is never bad. I always tell people, it's like, people always associate we need to talk as something negative.
Man.
Now, I admit, if you fucking the raw... If you fucking the raw... I admit that's not always the best words to lead with.
Right.
But it's not always negative, man.
I try to deny that in myself, bro, because it's something that we naturally have. Because we always think, like, when your parents be like,
we need to talk.
Right. But no, I try to, like, not do that. When people say we need to talk, what's up? I'm not going to go at it, because when you come at it already with anger or with guilt or, like, worry or doubt, it means you did something.
But see, sometimes people be like, we need to talk. And then you be like, all right, what's up? Well, I'm going to hit you up later about it. Was it good or bad?
And it's like,
well, I'm going to hit you up later. Well, look,
we on the phone now.
What the fuck? You got enough time to text me that we need to talk, but you can't tell me if it's good or bad. What the fuck? What the fuck we talking about?
I feel like that shit a waste of time. Don't tell me we got to talk. Just talk.
My roommate hit me today.
I hate that shit.
Right when I was getting ready to pull off. And he said, hey, did you leave yet? I'm like, nah, I'm still here. He's like, where you at? I'm like, I'm outside in the car on and everything. Yeah, I need to holler at you. And I was like, all right, well, come downstairs. I'm outside in the car. I could have just been like, nah, I'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? But me thinking like, okay, well, I'd rather know it now if it's some bad shit.
Let's have this conversation now.
Then to get home when I'm on a high, like we over here partying, I just came from the show, then he hit me with some bad shit. But it was really just a conversation about the rent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because shit is going up now. Living in Inglewood.
Right.
Everything going up now.
Right.
Rams coming over there.
Go up. So, you know, it was just a small thing, a small conversation we had, and then I was able to go on and do our thing.
Right.
But there's some people that they try to avoid having that small talk, and it's like, bro, it's really a small, like you made a fucking joke one day about a dog with no teeth and shit, and you was like, people be running from shit that can't even hurt them like that, and it's it's just a small conversation.
Come on, bruh.
And some people is like, do you want to just run from shit your whole life? Like, no, just address the issue.
Hey, I had to learn that, bro. That's a real serious lesson. Cause I used to run from a lot of shit. I used to run from conversations and conflict. But it's like now that I'm getting older, it's like, what the fuck's the worst that could happen?
Did you run from conversation and conflict, or were you running from the person that had the conversation and conflict?
Sometimes it would just be the conflict. Just because I didn't want to deal with other people so much, I would just avoid all confrontation. But then I like now that I'm older, it's like, for what? What's the worst that can happen? If I gotta throw hands, I throw hands. If I gotta sit and have a hard conversation that's difficult to have, then I gotta sit and have a difficult conversation.
But as an adult nowadays, I realize like if you gotta address somebody over something, more than likely if they by themselves, it's not gonna be a physical like come to blows type of situation.
There ain't too many people about that no more.
It ain't too many people that's like that because everybody want to get something on camera, everybody want to record something, and everybody want to show out in front of their people.
Cliff, you said something that really stuck out is sometimes you're the toxic person, and I don't think a lot of us realize that we can actually be toxic.
It's true.
Like a lot of in life, especially like in this millennial generation and this culture right now, we're so worried like people watching us and watching what we doing and hating on us and
that we can't do no wrong.
Cutting people off and this and that. It's like, nigga, do you realize that you can also be number one, you can be toxic to yourself. And don't tell me that you're not toxic to yourself, because then that means you don't have anything to work on. And two, you can be the toxic person without being manipulative.
Right.
You
or without actually being purposely toxic.
Exactly. So it's like sometimes one of the things that I'm like addressing about myself is it's okay to like reflect back on relationships and say, damn, I kind of see what I could have did better.
I was wrong.
Right? And you don't see it while you're in it, of course. But if you're maturing and if you're growing, like I will really like I'm challenging my friends as well outside of myself to not be so afraid of the ugly parts. You know what I'm saying? Like once you first of all, once you confront those ugly parts and then you realize how you can break it down and where it comes from, shit is not scary. A lot of shit will not scare you.
It make life a whole lot easier.
It really does.
And that's why
really does.
And that's
it's
why I
like
say where I'm
kids,
at,
bro.
But that's why I say where I'm at with it now, bro. It's really on some shit to where as a man, that's why I say every year I have gotten better. And I'm not finna fucking fall back for niggas who ain't catching up on the shit that I'm on. But I'm willing to, like, I don't want to say that. I don't want to make that type of statement. But my nigga, I will reduce myself to giving you these fucking hands and how a nigga was talking about earlier. But it's just like, as a man who's 30 years old, I feel like even when you have, how we saying, when you think you wrong, if you feel like you wrong, if you genuinely feel like that, if you genuinely feel like I'm toxic, or you genuinely feel like maybe something was there between me and somebody or something like that, you can hit them up and sit down with them to say I'ma text you or I'ma call you or something like that. You make a situation where you sit down with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you approach that in the physical. And it's just how we said earlier with just how we said on other shows, human interaction is totally lost now.
Yeah.
We're in an age where human interaction does not even fucking exist, and we just, man,
you know
my
why,
niece
bro?
knows me through FaceTime. Hold on, wait, let me say this. My niece, when I was talking to her right then, it's like she knows me through FaceTime.
Right.
Really, I've been down there like I probably seen her 3 times, three or four times. You know what I'm saying? On 2 or 3 day occasions.
Right.
She knows me through FaceTime more than she knows me through being there.
But imagine those days when like stuff like that didn't even exist. There's people that like never even met their uncle or their aunt before. When technology wasn't as advanced as it is now.
But this
I feel like that's
is
a blessing. But on the other end, like where we miss out is pride. It be pride that you don't want to talk to somebody because our egos are so fragile that we don't want to find out we wrong.
It's important you
exactly.
say that.
But how Tori said too though, it's like when it's you and that person, or it's just you and that one, you really gotta face that fear of what you did or what happened. You really gotta face what really is going on.
It's owning your bullshit.
Yep. Because we be thinking we so right all the fucking time.
We all have bullshit, and it may not be bullshit with you and somebody else. It may just be personal bullshit that you have within yourself that you just choose to avoid dealing with.
Man.
But it's gonna always be a wall that you're gonna come to in life, and until you address your bullshit and you resolve that issue, you're never gonna be able to go.
When I hear niggas say when I hear niggas say the best thing ever happened to me was jail, I don't internalize it as what they actually saying. I be knowing what they saying. They be saying jail is the only time they had to sit still
and reflect on their own wrong.
And I take that to say how we was talking about the other day as meditation. You know what I'm saying? Having that time with your own self to have clear thoughts and sit still. Like, stop letting the world move, because a lot of times you're not even moving. The reason why a lot of us get up is because our fucking alarm clock go off. It's not because you really wanted to go do some shit. It's because your alarm clock went off and you knew you had shit to do.
Right.
That is why you got the fuck up.
But honestly, bro, it's a difference in that. Sometimes in meditation, we try to find comfort and peace. When you sit in that
meditation.
No, I'm saying like when you're meditating, you're supposed to be in a place of peace most of the time. But like when you sit in that jail cell and you thinking, it's a space of conviction. Sometimes we don't look at ourselves in a space of conviction because we want to be comfortable. You gotta like I always say, you gotta make yourself uncomfortable in order to have a breakthrough.
I can see what
sometimes I gotta sit with myself and say, what wrong have I done? What lie did I tell? What move did I make that wasn't proper, and how could I have done better in that? We gotta look at ourselves in a space of conviction, because the rest of the world is gonna look at you like that anyway. So we need to be our own harshest critic and look at what we've done wrong and see what we missed up and try to improve and be better.
Could you interpret that as into a thing of like fasting? When people be like fasting, I really say that.
Fasting, like you can fast from pretty much anything, but it's to remove vanity from your life, because we so much as humans think that I need, I must have, I want.
I don't want to say vanity.
No, it's not vanity like, oh, I think I'm beautiful. Vanity can be deeper than that. Vanity can mean something more than that. It can just be simply like, oh, I got the money in my pocket, I could do this, I'm gonna eat just because I can. Are you really hungry? Do you really have
so
that?
It's basically separating your wants from your needs.
Exactly.
Well, MJ, what was you about to say about attacking the self issue of you being a person that's toxic?
No, I was just saying, sometimes you really just gotta sit down and talk to yourself, like literally aloud. You know, like really ask yourself, like, why did I do this? Or why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling anxious? Why am I feeling angry towards this person? You know, and again, when you're alone, you will get the answers that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us look for, we don't even realize we're looking for an answer or a solution in a thing or someone else. But if you really spend time with yourself, like the things that you might feel some type of way about or certain anxieties that you might have, the answers are right there in front of your face.
Man, I'll never forget.
I got a question.
Hold on, wait, let me say this before you ask the question.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget though. I used to bring something home. Like I always tell people, energy is never created nor destroyed. That's like a given.
It's merely passed on from one thing to another.
Exactly. And you can bring that same energy from work to your house. You can bring that same energy from your church to your house, or from wherever you at, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can bring all that to your house. You can bring that to whatever situation you in. And I feel like a lot of times we don't understand when we're in positive situations with some people, and then we allow the negative things that we into, like our job or the situation we got at home with our kids, to affect our job. this a positive situation for us, or vice versa, or the fact that we got a good group right here, but we go to another group that might not be running the same way, or we go to another family, or we got family issues, and then we come to this family and we fuck up this family and something like that. But we don't see that sometimes we bring that energy into that home and we destroy that whole home. When I was back home, I realized it was me who did certain things to my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I brought that energy home. And I didn't realize that until like way later on. And I understand that now to tell other people, like, man, you gotta be very, very careful about. I don't try to bring the situations that's happening with my life here. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't really fuck with that. Like, y'all never know about that, you know? And it's the same thing with all of y'all. You got to be very careful about that. Yeah. And that's why I say cutting.
And you know, that's what they're saying. When it rains, it pours. A lot of people, like, live it to
make
heart.
It pour everywhere. They make it pour everywhere.
But it's not even, it's like.
It can be scattered showers.
Right. And it's like, I know shit going wrong for me here. But that don't mean you got to take it everywhere else with you. You ain't got to drag that cloud with you. You could leave that cloud there and let it stay in that aspect of life and then find sunshine somewhere else.
Yeah, and some people don't seek that sunshine.
Nope.
Some people, you can leave from a job or you can leave from a place that was toxic for you. Like, you can come from a concert or a club or just like a place where you just got into it with somebody and you still heated from that, you still charged up from that, and then you want to go right home. But you don't realize that maybe you need to just sit in the car before you go in the house. Or maybe you need to stop somewhere and like just get some tea or something, or get something to eat, or like go someplace to where you can find serenity and peace before you enter
your domicile.
Everybody else is peace. Yeah.
Right.
And before we close
and I go to the
out,
question that I have for y'all. I want to ask y'all this question before you close out. And this goes to the whole self-reflection thing and thinking on yourself. Have y'all ever, after an argument or after a fight, thought to yourself, am I wrong? Or was I wrong?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because it's a lot of people.
I did that more
I call and ask
as
other
I got older.
niggas.
You be like, hey, bro, was I wrong? Like, what?
Come on, did you hit this damn? This is me.
And
What
you
happened?
can feel it in your chest when you know, like, it's gonna be hard to bring it to surface with the other person. That's how you know you really
You was wrong.
And when you got somebody good around you, they'll let you know that you was wrong.
Yep. Or they'll say, nigga, you was right.
The other person was wrong.
Right.
Or they'll tell you when you did some shit that they thought was like, you probably questionable.
And you be surprised how many people, especially nowadays, and you can see it. Like after I say it, you'll realize that a lot of people be lying to themselves.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
They'll have a conversation with just themselves specifically and be like, man, I know I wasn't wrong. I know I was right. And it's like, how can you rationalize your own bullshit in your head?
I don't argue with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially I don't argue with somebody I deem as there's three different types of people I absolutely do not argue with. I don't argue with insecure females. I don't argue with people who I believe are trying to compete secretly. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I feel like there's some type of competitiveness there, I don't argue with you. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, I don't argue with people I see as stupid. And stupid, not saying that I'm smarter than that person, but if we can't meet each other in the middle, I see that as a stupid conversation. I feel stupid for trying to have the conversation with you, and it's just I'm just gonna walk away.
So why you don't be trying to argue with me, MJ?
Cause you stupid.
I was trying to.
All right, y'all.
I was just trying to lighten it up a little bit.
But nah, we gotta end it. But I want to end it just going back a little bit. If you take that energy, if you go from those scattered showers of bad energy and you go to the good energy, you're gonna eventually, like we said, energy is never created nor destroyed. You're gonna eventually take all of that good energy and bring it to that one speck of bad energy or those 2 or 3 specks, and they gonna start being better. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna start transferring the energy to them people at work, to them people in your house, to them people who are around you, and it's gonna start getting to be a whole better vibe. But you gotta be that light. You know what I'm saying?
It's people that have to stop. I know some people that feel like they have to go and they have to seek the light and they have to surround themselves with people that bring them joy and that bring them the light. And it's like, that's cool and everything, and it's good to have that around you. But sometimes you do have to sit in the dark and really go through the wilderness and figure out how to outgrow some of this shit that you feel like is making you run to the light.
I was just about to say that.
Because if you're constantly running to the light, that means you're running from something that's in the dark that you need to address.
And if it feels uncomfortable or it hurts, you're probably doing something right.
Good job.
If it's making you sweat, then you probably coming on to something.
And everybody eventually is gonna do something in their life that's gonna make them feel like I remember how it was when some of my homies was moving away, and when I moved to the other side of the city and everything, and like some people was like, you'll be coming through like that, and like I remember how it made me feel. Like it made me feel like, damn, like them is my niggas, you know what I'm saying? But I am getting older, and I'm trying to move forward, and I'm not trying to stay stagnant.
Right.
I'm not trying to stay in one spot. You know what I'm saying? So, and I always equate it to like a sticky trap.
Yeah.
Like you ever seen a mouse get caught in a sticky trap?
And the more they fight it, the more they
try to
get
get out of
themselves
it,
in.
they just get caught more into it.
And that's what I equate it to. So it's like sometimes, I mean, we talk about getting out of your comfort zone all the time on this show, but sometimes being too comfortable will actually hinder you more than it helps you.
Yeah. Well, y'all, we gonna wrap this show up. MJ, go ahead and throw that thing out there because I'm excited about it.
You guys,
I'm
August
excited.
31st.
I'm
in
excited.
3 weeks, y'all.
I'm
round
excited.
2,
3 weeks.
The lockout. If you guys missed it, is brought to you by Push Experience LA. This is the last summer event that I'm doing.
Lingerie?
Rolls out event of the
Lockout.
year.
Is it lingerie?
No, nigga. You can come in lingerie if you want to.
Oh, okay. Shit.
I think we should make it a lingerie party.
I'll be in there in a robe
but
and some
it's just
polo
gonna be
boxes.
I mean, I won't be in there,
It's
but
gonna be better, and we're just gonna shut the summer down. Summer ends here, so just look out for the lockout on August 31st.
close out your August in the right way.
Be there, MJ, but I hope y'all have fun. I hope it's a lot of ass being thrown.
I got a free section because it's Leo season. No, I don't. I probably don't.
Leo season will be over by that time. Leo season will have officially ended.
Hey, nigga, don't you motherfucking hate because your birthday on us. Come on, man.
Tori.
I hate to have the greatest birthday of all time.
Hate on me right now. It's my day, nigga.
Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's _T with 2 E's _Rich RICH. And y'all make sure y'all tune in next week.
Yeah, do that.
Really?
Man, it's your boy Young Lil, aka the Black MacGyver, also known as Mr. 420 himself. And yeah, man, watch out for Trap Man. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
It's the boy Cliff the Good, slang that wood, not that sticky man. Might keep it 100, but I'll give that extra inch. And y'all know it's the man, the myth, the legend, the gift. It's Cliff. Y'all see what's going down. It's Cliff Notes Radio, another 2018 edition. And we just held down our thing. And y'all know, tune in next week, 8-ish, 10 p.m.-ish as it seems. We're going to be back here doing them hood rat things with my hood rat friends. It's going down like neck bones and collard greens. Listen, don't cut me off, young yellow light-skinned thing. We got Ciroc in the building, and I'm gonna hold it down. So, yeah, man, y'all tune in next week. What you say, Tori?
Why you in that so shitty, nigga?
I don't know, but you started cutting me off, nigga.
The Barbie team.
You start cutting me off.
Who are we going out to?
Hold on. Before he play the music, y'all motherfuckers keep sending y'all music. Send us them videos. If you want your shit played, we gonna play your shit. We need more new tunes. So independent artists, y'all make sure y'all send y'all music.
True. That is.
Yeah.
But we gonna take y'all out to the homie Jason Cash. Shout out J Cash.
My dog.
Call out.